Hi, this is Amy with North 40 Outfitters, and today we're going to talk about harvesting our garlic finally. It is July, which is pretty much the normal time to be able to harvest our garlic. But one way that you know when your garlic is ready is when it looks like it's starting to die. After you get a few leaves that are brown, that's the signal that you can pull it up out of the ground and store it for the winter. Now, I planted this garlic last fall, typically in October. As long as you get it in before the ground freezes, you're going to be just fine. So with this one, I planted it about 4 inches deep and about 6 inches apart to give each little clove plenty of room to create nice big bulbs for me. Now, to harvest the garlic, one of the best tools is this garden fork. You don't really want to use a shovel. You can if that's all you have, but the garden fork helps break up the soil. And it is really nice if you let the soil dry out, because you'll have less that's clumping onto your garlic when you're digging it. So to dig it, I'm just going to give it plenty of space away from the main stem, because like I said, hopefully these bulbs are a nice size, way bigger than the cloves that I put in last year, and dig nice and deep in order to get underneath them. Oh yeah, and then just kind of lift it up. So with lifting them, and then, that's pretty decent. Now, every type of garlic, of course, is different. You're going to have nice size bulbs like this. You might have bigger ones, you might have small ones, depending on the variety, but it's pretty much all the same with harvesting. So we're going to dig these up, and we're not going to wash them off. We're not going to wash them off with water or anything. We're just going to dig them up and knock the soil off a little bit, which is another reason it's really good to harvest these when the soil is dry, because less clump onto it. And then we're going to set it out on a screened-in area. You know, right now when I'm harvesting, I'm just going to set it on this nearby table. And once I have everything harvested, I need to move it inside somewhere. So I'm going to put it in the garden shed or the garage, just somewhere where there's good air circulation, but it's nice and dark, because the sunlight can affect the flavor of your garden. So you want to keep it out of the direct sunlight, but you want somewhere, you know, something that's screened like this, or even on newspapers, as long as there's good air circulation. So I will leave it in the garage or the garden shed for about 3 to 4 weeks. And it also kind of depends on where you live and your humidity levels. When there's lower humidity, it dries out faster, so 3 weeks is fine. And then I can just cut off the heads, the cloves, and store them in the house at around 40 degrees somewhere. So if I have a root, if you have a root cellar or anything like that, just store it in a nice open bin that has some good air circulation. So a nice open basket is good, and just tuck it away, and it's going to last all winter long. Now, there's also other varieties that are a softer neck that you can also braid. This is a hard neck garlic, so this one's not going to braid very well. But other varieties that are nice and soft, instead of cutting off the bulbs once everything is cured, you can, and even before with those, you can weave those together, braid those together and cure them, and then you are ready to go. Now, garlic is one of those absolutely fantastic vegetables to have, because it gives you something back every year. So even though you're storing some for winter use, all season long to make your food taste good, you also want to keep back some of the best heads of garlic, some of these best bulbs, in order to plant again in the fall. So keep your biggest and your most perfect ones, and then in the fall you're going to break this apart. So this single one, just looking at it, will give me 6 garden plants for next year. So plan accordingly, put that back, and be sure to plant again in the fall. If you have any questions, be sure to comment below. If you need some in-person help, visit us at any of our North 40 Outfitters stores, or also see us on north40.com.